The next principle is the principle of Samdarshan. One of the most powerful and ethical teachings of Bhagavad Gita is Samdarshan, means the ability to see everyone with an equal vision. Lord Krishna reminds us that true leadership is not about the designation you have, the chair on you sit, or the throne on you sit, or the power or position. It is not about only giving commands. It is about looking beyond titles, designations, backgrounds, and labels and recognizing same human worth in every single individual. Now, what happens when this Samadarshan is missing in the workplace? You have to remember that conflicts do not arrive loudly. They don't announce themselves. They arrive very silently. People begin feel disrespected when their ideas are just brushed away. They feel unequally treated when favoritism replaces merit. They feel overlooked when effort goes unnoticed. They feel discriminated against, sometimes openly, sometimes subtly, but very deeply. And these emotions, when ignored, they don't disappear. They turn out into frustrations. They turn out into disengagement. They turn out into an explosion of conflict. Now, let me bring one more example here. We all admire late Sri Ratan Tata very much. You all have listened fond stories about him, that he is an avid listener. He listens patiently to every employee, irrespective of the hierarchy, with the same respect he gives to the board members. This is what called is Samadarshan in action, seeing dignity before designation. These type of leaders remind us that great leadership bends down to listen and not to stand tall to dominate. So how do we practice Samadarshana at the workplace? As you can see, we are in the PPT. Not through big speeches are required, but sometimes small day-to-day activities, everyday actions, appreciating small work of your employees brings out a big change. By ensuring free distribution of work, see to it that unnecessarily few employees are not burdened because they do work very properly, because there is very typical tendency that the person who works get more work and the people who do not necessarily work properly are neglected because they don't work. So this constant unbalance in the distribution of work creates a lot of disruptions. Listen to everyone, because wisdom is not owned by experience alone. Great ideas come from anywhere. So, by consciously avoiding biases of gender, age, culture, religion, language, or the years of service, by maintaining transparency in decisions and promotions, I'm sure that this will bring a huge change in your employees, and as a team, you can lead or exceed your limits which you have set up. Just imagine that when a meeting is going on and a senior employee constantly interrupts when some juniors are trying to say anything or trying to contribute anything. Sometimes it happens that the juniors, they smile, they stay silent, but inside something is breaking. Resentment builds, confidence shrinks, participation disappears, and slowly silent conflict kills teamwork and innovation. Therefore, it is very necessary that you take a pause, listen first, invite everyone to at least participate. Your matter, your ideas matter, your presence matters. Make them feel your employees so. So the message is very simple yet profound. A fair workplace becomes a peaceful workplace. A peaceful workplace becomes a productive workplace. And a productive workplace becomes a progressive workplace. Now, at this point, one important clarification is very necessary. Samadarshan does not mean that a leader submits to everyone. It does not mean pleasing everyone. And it certainly does not mean dancing to everyone's tune in the name of equality. Bhagavad Gita never advocates weak leadership. It advocates wise leadership. Samadarshan is about equality of respect, not equality of control. A leader still has to decide. A leader still has to prioritize. A leader still has to say yes sometimes and no when required. This is transformative power of Samadarshan.